Hello friends, and welcome to another Friday Financial Fiber with your blind crochet fiber artist host Mo of Unseen Strands. Now since we have started off a new year, I'm not going to do this as a Vlogmas video, even though I still have my bells handy, Lottie. But we're going to go ahead and just start these off as normal videos. I have about 3 Vlogmas videos or Vlogmas audio clips that I haven't posted yet, and a couple more that I mean to make. So we'll see if I ever get around to finishing that project up. And technically, I consider the Christmas season till, the Epiphany, which isn't till January 6th. So to me, Christmas is still going on, but I know the rest of the world doesn't see it my way. So anyways, if you are unfamiliar, sorry, that was my keyboard. If you are unfamiliar with these Friday Financial Fibers, it's just where I basically discuss something financial on a Friday. So since this is a fiber arts based channel, a lot of times it'll be fiber based, a lot of times it'll just be our family income based, and sometimes it'll be probably items I've purchased or that kind of thing as well. So guess what, guys? It's the first paycheck of the year. I know, so super early on in the year this year. And that does lead us up for this month being a 3 paycheck month, although this still leaves me with tons of headaches and how to balance our so-called budget because, of course, bills don't come through at the time that they need to come through to make things nice and clean. So I end up carrying money from one budget or one 2-week paycheck period over to other 2-week paycheck periods just to make my numbers nice and happy. And that just makes my little Word document that I have going on really complicated and probably nonsense to everyone else. But luckily, there isn't a lot of this paycheck that we actually need. I've only transferred, well, from what was already in the checking account, I have transferred over $1,000, and that should cover everything that is still on the credit card and all the bills that are still coming up. And of course, that was with what was in the checking account already. So we are set up to have a surplus already, and we're only in the first 2 weeks of the month. So that is super awesome. And then the next paycheck gets really interesting because I'll have to actually carry over money for the mortgage. I think in the next paycheck, I've been spending all morning playing with numbers and trying to get things ironed out because, of course, even though this is a 3 paycheck month, the last paycheck I don't think will clear and transfer in enough time to, of course, pay the mortgage on the 1st, which is on a Sunday, so I'm not even sure. I don't think it would come out till that Monday, but again, I don't think I can get money transferred until then. Oh, correction, I just checked again, and with the wonders of Google, the first is on Saturday, not Sunday, so yeah, I definitely will not be able to get money transferred and cleared from his check in that amount of time. As for my fiber spending for the end of 2019, I did actually go and purchase something from Suburban Stitcher. If you would have noticed last Friday, I guess it wasn't really a financial fiber, but it was because that was yarn I was looking to purchase. I actually purchased 3 of the colorways and one I didn't share with you just because I wanted to try that other base of yarn, and I think it was 3 different minis. And I'm not sure when that will arrive, but in total, I spent about $100 on yarn, but for as many skeins as I got is an amazing price on hand-dyed yarn. So thanks, Diane, for putting your end of the year sale. Now, I should have gone and purchased something from Honeybee Knits. I don't even know if she still had anything up in her shop by the end of the year, but she is now no longer dyeing, and so I only have my 1 skein of yarn from her that I actually won from Levi of WTF Knitting. But I'm still hoping that she'll come back once she gets her life a little more settled down. So I'm not overly concerned that I missed out, but I'm a little saddened that I missed out on that. But I needed to keep things kind of reasonable. And I personally believe in spending that magical $100 mark if possible in one shop, especially if I'm paying for shipping, because I think it's just a lot nicer way to give a little boost to the hand dyer and get myself a nice little sample of what they create versus just buying one skein from several different people. And then lastly, one of my last purchases of the year, or was that a purchase at the very beginning? It might have been a very beginning of the year purchase, is that I did go ahead and purchase the shorty set of the Chow minis, I believe is what it is. It is a sock set that comes with 6 different pairs of it comes with, I think it was 6 pairs of 1 inch or 1.5 inch needles in length, not in millimeterage, and then a set of 3-inch in each of those 6 sizes. So altogether is 12 needle tips, and then I don't remember what it came with for cords. I'm hoping a couple, and I might have to get myself some more. But we're going to try that interchangeable set and see how I like it, as it did go down a tiny bit in price. And so I decided I was going to go ahead and splurge and get that, since we had 2 Amazon gift cards to use up and we wanted to use them before my husband's Prime runs out in February. Oh, just kidding. There was one more fiber related activity that I spent money on at the end of the year. Well, it was the first of the year, and that was I did secure my spot in the Sticks and Strings 2020 Fiber Retreat, which is February 7th through the 9th, I believe, this year. It is a bump up in date from last year and happens actually right after my husband's birthday this year, so happy birthday to him. He gets to go to a fiber retreat from me. Of course, Wendy, if you can come, I can always get a refund, I think, on his lunch price, which is all I have to pay for him. But if she can't come, I did secure the fact that I will need somebody to be with me, and he'll probably want to actually eat food and not just sit there in a corner while I eat food in front of him. So that ended up being just under $150 after I have to pay for his lunch and the goodie bag, which the goodie bag is $40 and his lunch was $24, I think. And so yeah, the regular full registration for all 3 days, which actually gives you back $5 in vendor bucks for the night of the vending event. And so that was $125 plus his $24 for his lunch. So let's see what is upcoming. I can't think of anything too spectacular that is upcoming that I've not planned for. Oh, I lied. We do have, I believe, our HOA dues that are due sometime before May. I don't remember. I think my husband said that they stayed, or they went up to $300 because they wanted to do some kind of big drainage ditch pond project, but it pretty much got denied. And we just have to pay our HOA dues once a year. It's just one fee instead of a monthly fee like other HOAs. And yeah, so there was this big project. And the funny thing is, there is not a drain off ditch pond anywhere near my house. I mean, they're a few blocks away. Apparently, we didn't even know there were any when we originally moved in here, because you cannot see them and there's no like public access area. It's just park by the side of the road, and then there's this big ditch that they call a pond. And it's like, that's not really something we need to pay for you to have something prettier in your backyard that's not even in my backyard. So that was kind of the issues with them wanting to, I think it was like $1,000 or something raised to the HOA. And that was just a little ridiculous for the fact that there's probably only 50% of the houses that actually surround these ponds are in a decent access point to these ponds. And there's no actual like sidewalks around them or anything for other people to enjoy them other than the people that just live right off of them. So anyways, sorry for the ramble. You know, I enjoy doing that. The other big thing coming up is, like I said, my husband's birthday is in February. So that means we have taxes and registration for our vehicle then, and his, I don't know if he has anything else coming up. I can't remember. But of course, it is January, so hopefully by the end of the month, we will get our tax documents, which means we can file for our tax return, because we all know that having a household of 6, I actually get a decent tax return because I cannot convince my husband to actually change his W-2 for whichever number it is, so that he's bringing home the money all throughout the year instead of just one date in the year. But at least we'll get that tax return in the next couple months, so that makes things less interesting. But since I can't actually decide when that will come because it's not up to me, I have to plan without it for at least now. Alright guys, I think I've talked your ears off enough about finances for at least this Financial Friday. So as always, if you liked this little segment, please hook the like button and subscribe. Talk to you later, guys.